Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Doug, please.
Blasi,
Here.
Chase, Comfort, Derland, Ferguson, Nachinsky, Pinella, Phillips,
Here.
Stockdill,
Here.
7 present.
Minutes of the general purpose meeting held March 31st, 2020 are attached. The secretary recommends that these minutes be approved as presented, and I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion or corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I assume we don't have a student report. Mrs. Cross?
Yeah, I just would like to say two things. First of all, I just want to give a huge shout out or a thank you to the administrators, the secretaries, the paraprofessionals, the bus drivers, to the maintenance custodial staff, to our families and to our students for last Wednesday, our paper packets and our Chromebook devices. The distribution was a huge success. We distributed all of the paper packets and all of those Chromebooks, and I believe, I can't remember exactly, I think it was maybe 7 paper packets and 6 Chromebooks came back out of all of those that were distributed. And it was because of the concerted effort of everybody, from the cleaning, Miss Ellis, the cleaning of and sanitizing of the Chromebooks, to stuffing the envelopes, to getting the boxes around, to the driving the buses and the paraprofessionals helping the delivery of everything. So I just want to say thank you. And the students and the families being at the bus stops at the designated times, it just was a huge success, a huge undertaking, but it went very well. So I wanted just to say thank you to everybody. And one last comment before we turn it over is there was a little bit of confusion. So I just wanted to straighten it out on a comment on the information that the Secretary of Education sent out last week. So if I could just take a couple minutes about school districts and their continuity of education plans. Secretary Rivera posted a letter to all superintendents encouraging districts to move to planned instruction. In a planned instruction format, formal attendance is taken and grades are given. Sullivan County currently is in a reviewed and enrichment plan. We feel very strongly that this is the best mode of instruction for our students and families during this pandemic. Based on the positive feedback that teachers, administrators, board members have received and shared, I think the community agrees. Sullivan County teachers will continue with the review and enrichment continuity plan that is in place until the end of the school year. We will work towards a planned instruction format by looking at curriculum and training our teachers to prepare our students and families for this format that the secretary would like to see and be shared. These revisions to our plan, and it's a plan only, will be presented to the board for review in May and June. But if schools aren't able to open their doors in September, then that's something that we would be prepared to review and look at in our continuity plan. But for now, until the end of the school year, Sullivan County will continue with the review and enrichment plan that we currently have in place, which means that paper packets will continue to be sent home, and we'll use our Chromebooks. Teachers will continue to be calling at home, using emails to contact the kids, and attendance won't be taken, the formalized attendance, and grades won't be marked, but we encourage you to do the work that's being sent home to keep your minds sharp. Also, I sent a voice message home to parents, this same type of message that will be going out at 7 o'clock. Also, as teachers have shared, the third marking period ended on March 13th. So information has been gathered and grades are due on the 22nd so that we can send out and mail out report cards on April 30th. And then information on the fourth marking period and final grades will be forthcoming. So that was sent out in the voice message as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Petrosky?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Phillips. I don't have anything to add other than I want to say thank you to all of our parents and students who've been very patient with us, and also our teachers who are working very hard at home. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. McClintock?
I just wanted to, again, like Ed, say thank you to the teachers that are working really hard and the parents that are overseeing their children. And tomorrow is Secretary's Day, so I hope everybody, if you see a secretary or you can email them, you can say thank you, because they're a big part of all this too.
Thank you. Ms. Dickinson?
I would also just like to say thank you to everyone who has played a part in what we are doing right now. And especially I'd like to say thank you again to the parents. We've been trying to do IEP meetings virtually, and parents have been wonderful about trying to figure out that technology to participate in those meetings. And they've also been really good about trying to work with our related service providers, like our speech therapist, occupational therapist, all the different, related services that we have, trying to make sure that students can get those sessions. And I think it's been wonderful the way that, that our staff and that the teachers have stepped up to, and the parents have stepped up to try to make this work for our kids. And I know it's been challenging, but people have been really trying, and it's been awesome to see.
Thank you. Mr. Mavis, is he still there?
Yeah, I am. Nothing further to add to my written report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lindner?
I just wanted to give you an update on the food service program. We handed out 306 student food bags today. So since we started the program on March 30th, that makes 3,400 meals or 3,400 bags that have been handed out. And those bags contain 2 meals. So in speaking with the regional nutrition group representative, Mary Kay, we have the highest participation of any of the districts up here. We're feeding, well, by the numbers, half of our student body twice a week. So other schools, have participation sometimes in the double digits, and our size. So what's nice, give a shout out to a couple companies. Reinhardt's has been able to provide us everything that we've needed. Our local milk and bread deliveries have been coming on time. Fruit from the DoD Fresh Fruit Program, and shout out to Hershey's Ice Cream, who's able to provide us Ice Cream Fridays. So that's always a treat on Fridays to be able to give that out. So we've been able to receive everything. We haven't had any shortages of containers, bags, meal items. It's been good so far.
Great.
That is awesome. Okay, Mr. Mavis, do we have any public input?
We do not at this time.
Okay. And I don't believe we have a need for an executive session. So finance, Mr. Blasey, do you want to do that or do you want Mr. Stockdale to do it?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
I'll actually, I can pull up our agenda as well. I'm just going to share my screen with everybody. You guys able to see that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right. First thing is the Finance Committee recommends acceptance of the following reports. One is the Treasurer's Report. Two is the Cafeteria Fund, the Building Fund, and the Capital Project Fund for March. And I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Blasey,
Yes.
Comfort, Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson,
Yes.
Nachinsky, Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdale.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Finance Committee recommends acceptance of the following check registers and the March budget summary. The total is $1,903,550.06. I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Comfort, Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson,
Yes.
Nachinsky, Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdale,
Yes.
Blasey.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
The Finance Committee recommends approval of the CSIU service contract for fund accounting, payroll, personnel for the 2021 school year. I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson,
Yes.
Nachinsky, Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdale,
Yes.
Blasey,
Yes.
Comfort. Motion carries 7-0.
Item D is the Finance Committee recommends authorizing the finance team, including the school district administration, school district solicitor, bond counsel, and Piper Sandler to proceed with the preparation of a resolution to refinance existing debt of the school district and finance certain capital projects as approved by the Board of School Directors. I so move. And just a note that this was viewed and reviewed by the board, and I believe that we made some minor adjustments to what we were asking for that came through from Doug. So
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ferguson,
Yes.
Nachinsky, Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdale,
Yes.
Blasey,
yes.
Comfort, Derland.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
And for item E, I think we made a determination that was going to be put on the agenda. We had requested information from Verizon in regards to the potential lease, and we didn't receive any of the information back that we requested just because of the current scenario. So I don't believe there's any need for a motion on that. I think that's just an informational item at this point.
You are correct, Mr. Blasey.
And that would be all I have for finance.
Okay, thank you very much. Athletics and health, Mr. Stockdale.
I have nothing for athletics and health at this time.
Thank you. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Chase.
He's not here.
Who's not here?
He's not there. Okay, building and grounds. Frank, do you want to do that? I can't remember who else is on that committee.
Okay, we'll try it again with sound this time. Building and Grounds Committee, informational item, MHE Engineering provided a presentation of the reconstruction plan for the high school auditorium.
And just a comment on that, they did a beautiful job. And I think we'll be very proud of that auditorium when it's finished.
I would agree.
A comment, in essence, it'll be exchanging a early 1960s auditorium that's had some adjustments over the decades to a 2020 auditorium with some of the bells and whistles that have been developed, and we're excited about getting that project underway.
Thank you, Mr. Comfort. Curriculum and student activities, Ms. Ferguson.
Curriculum and student activities, item A, the Curriculum and Student Activities Committee recommends approval of a 5-year agreement with Mansfield University for student teacher program, and I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'll repeat it since I have my microphone off. Nachinsky,
Yes.
Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdill,
Yes.
Blasi,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson.
Yes,
The motion carries 7-0.
and that is it for curriculum and student activities.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Derlin, would you like to take that one?
Personnel Committee, item A, the Personnel Committee recommends renewal of a contract agreement for the school police officer services for the 2020-2021 school year, and I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Phillips,
Yes.
Stockdill,
Yes.
Blasi,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson,
Yes,
Nachinsky.
Yes.
The motion carries 7-0.
May I ask a question, please? Do we anticipate having Officer Reeves return? That's what I thought, but I wanted to make it clear. He's been a tremendous asset at both the elementary and the high school level from all feedback that we've received.
that's what we just approved.
Policy and Procedure. The Policy and Procedure Committee recommends acceptance of the following policies after second read. Policy 707, Use of School Facilities, and Policy 805.2, School Security Personnel, and I so move.
Second,
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Stockdill,
Yes.
Blasi,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Derland,
Yes.
Ferguson,
yes,
Nachinsky,
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
That is all for Policy and Procedures. Transportation, Ms. Ferguson.
nothing for this evening, thank you.
Okay. Board reports, Mr. Stockdale.
We had our IU meeting last week on Wednesday and just went over what all the IU's doing for the schools, and everything's running okay. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Ferguson.
The Northern Tier Career Center met by Zoom on last Thursday evening. Among the items that we approved were the budget for the practical nursing program and also the schedule for practical nursing. Mr. Martell talked at length about how the different shops are going through having lessons. He did point out, especially for the seniors, that before school let out, our kids had already put in more hours than required by the state in order to complete their training. Of course, NOCTI has been canceled and Skills USA has been canceled. Those are two big skills tests that the kids look forward to. And the next meeting will be held in May, again by Zoom. So that's about it for today.
Thank you. Mr. Blasey?
No, I have nothing. Thanks.
Okay. Mr. Derlin?
I have nothing to add for this evening. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Nachinski? Okay. Mr. Comfort?
Yes, I'd like to again give a shout out to Mrs. Cross, principals, and the administration for the tremendous organization they're putting together with all the other workers in the district.
It's hard to hear, Frank.
Did you turn on your? No, you're off again. Set it down.
On now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Thank you. I'd like to really give a tremendous shout out to our superintendent, Patty Cross, and both principals and the administrative team for the tremendous uncharted waters that they've been working in, and all the people that work under their direction to make things as normal as possible for all of our students, our teachers, everybody involved in the educational process. Thank you very much.
Did I miss anybody?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I know Nolan had planned on attending. I can just assume that we have outages and he is working. I would also like to thank the everyone in the school district for their dedication in this time. It is not easy. It is a rough time for everyone. And they are keeping the kids' morales up with their daily calls. The teachers are with their calls and the work. And the fact that our administrators are handing out food along with Officer Reeves does brighten the family's day. And I do appreciate that myself. Okay, Lance, do we have any public input?
We did not have any public input come in since the start of the meeting. So we did fix an audio issue right at the start of the meeting, and I posted an update. It was just like the first 2 minutes. I posted an update on Facebook that will be posting the recording of the meeting as soon as I can get that processed. So that's all.
Thank you, Lance. I appreciate everything you've done to get these meetings going correctly and keep them going.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. You all have a good evening and stay safe.
And stay healthy.
Yes.